Hello students, welcome to your biology class with Richa ma'am. I hope all of you are doing very well. So we are going to start today a new chapter after breathing and exchange of gases, and the chapter name is body fluids and circulation. That is our chapter number. It is our chapter number 18, right? And today I'm going to introduce you only with the basic things with the blood, as well as we will talk about plasma. And right, so with the upcoming lecture we will talk about in detail about the each and every part of the blood. So today first we will just introduce ourselves with these terms which are in blood and plasma. So before I jump into blood, if because our chapter name is, what is our chapter name? Body fluids and circulation. So whenever there is a word comes about circulation, now in every kind of organism the circulation can't be same, because we always we know that there are simple organisms also and complex organisms also. So on the basis of that, their circulation is also of two types. One is the intracellular circulation and one is the extracellular circulation. Intracellular circulation, it is very specialized in the lower organisms, lower unicellular organism. As you know, the name intracellular means within the cell. And what is present within the cell? In the cell there is a present in large portion, that is our cytoplasm. So in intracellular circulation, cytoplasm is the main responsible factor for the distribution of gases and nutrients. So in lower unicellular organisms like amoeba, paramecium, cytoplasm is the circulating medium. Cytoplasm is responsible for circulating the gases and nutrients. So that is why this circulation, this intracellular circulation, is also known as cyclosis. C for cytoplasm, C for cyclosis, or this is also known as the cytoplasmic circulation. So this kind of circulation is called cytoplasmic circulation or cyclosis. Now let's move to the higher organism. In higher organism, as we know that the gases and nutrients circulating outside the cell. Here you can imagine the case in our cell. Blood circulates between the tissues and with the help of capillaries. So that is outside the cell with the help of the capillaries, with the help of tubes, and this type of circulation is called extracellular circulation, that is outside the cell in higher organism. Now sometimes circulation is another classified, depends on ki what is getting circulated, means who is taking the gases and nutrients, कौन लेके जा रहा है ये जो circulation जो है, who is getting circulated to the different parts of your body. Is it blood? Is it lymph? Is it water? So depending on that, कि who is getting circulated, depending on the type of fluid which is getting circulated in different organism, this there is, we have environmental fluid circulation as well as internal fluid circulation. पहले हमने बोला था कि जो सर्कुलेशन हो कहाँ पे रही है, सेल के अंदर हो रही है कि बाहर हो रही है, उसके बेसिस पे अब हम बोल रहे हैं कि कौन सर्कुलेट हो कौन रहा है, कौन कर रहा है, गैसेस एंड न्यूट्रिएंट्स को लेके कौन जा रहा है. सो दैट इज़ द इन्वायरमेंटल फ्लूइड सर्कुलेशन एज वेल एज इंटरनल फ्लूइड circulation. In environmental fluid circulation, there water is getting circulated. Water, as you know that we talked about, we in very basic chapter in class 9th, we discussed diversity in the living organisms, right? There we talked about the sponges, coelentrates, hydra. Definitely we will learn them in detail in the class 11th also. So these lower organisms, in these organisms, sponges, coelentrate, actually there is not blood, It is the water which is getting circulated. So when water is getting circulated, water पूरी body में circulate हो रहा है, तो it means water is helping in exchange of various substances, right? I hope you understood कि environmental fluid circulation क्या है, कि water जो है वो पूरी body में circulate हो रहा है in the lower organism like sponges, coelentrates, hydra, and this medium, this water is helping in exchange. Internal fluid circulation, it means some fluid is present inside the body other than the water. There is specific fluid inside the body which is helping in circulation. Like in our case, it's the blood vascular system. Blood is responsible for the transport of gases. Then lymphatic fluid, wherever blood can't go, there is the another tissue fluid present which is called lymph, that is also present in our body. Hemolymph, it is a special actually it is equivalent to blood which is present in vertebrates. In our case it is blood, but in insects this medium is called hemolymph. It is seen in insects like the cockroaches. In cockroaches we never say that cockroach they have blood. No, we don't use term blood in cockroaches. We use the word hemolymph. It is exactly equivalent to blood in vertebrates, right? So now we are going to start with our first component, that is the blood from the chapter, that is body fluid. Blood क्या है? कनेक्टिव टिश्यू है, लिक्विड है, तो लिक्विड कनेक्टिव टिश्यू है. These, why I'm concentrating on these words, because every word has its importance, right? So now from now please listen to each and every word very very carefully. That blood is a liquid and it is a connective tissue. It has a matrix, it has a base which is called plasma, as well as it has formed elements, और these are known as corpuscles, जिसको हम cells बोलते हैं, blood cells, right? So blood के पास क्या है? प्लाज्मा. ब्लड किस किस का बना है? प्लाज्मा, जो इसका मैट्रिक्स है, बेस है, प्लस ब्लड सेल्स जिनको बोला जाता है फॉर्म्ड एलिमेंट्स. और बहुत सारी बुक्स में आपको ब्लड सेल्स की जगह वर्ड मिलेगा corpuscles also. In normal healthy adult 5 to 6 liter of blood is there. और अगर अभी अभी आप ब्रीदिंग पढ़ के आए हैं, सो अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 12 to 15 ग्राम जो होता है वो मैन में होता है, और 11 to 13, 11 to 12 ये वुमेन में होता है, राइट? सो अगर हम लीटर में बात करें तो नॉर्मल ह्यूमन हेल्दी एडल्ट इट कंटेन्स 5 to 6 लीटर ऑफ ब्लड. ब्लड का जो ओरिजिन है दैट इज़ मीजोडर्मल इन ओरिजिन. देखो तीन हमारी एम्ब्रियोनिक लेयर्स होती हैं. एम्ब्रियोनिक लेयर्स मींस जब एम्ब्रियो पहले जाइगोट बनता है, फिर एम्ब्रियो बनता है, फिर एम्ब्रियो जो एम्ब्रियो डेवलप हो रहा होता है, तो लेयर्स होती हैं ऑफ डिफरेंट टाइप्स, 3 टाइप्स एक्चुअली, एक्टोडर्म, एंडोडर्म और मीजोडर्म. ये 3 लेयर्स हमारे पूरे बॉडी पार्ट्स के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल हैं. डिफरेंट बॉडी पार्ट्स, लंग्स, लीवर, हार्ट, दे अराइज फ्रॉम दीज 3 लेयर्स. दैट इज़ वाई दीज आर कॉल्ड एम्ब्रियोनिक लेयर्स. सो ब्लड जो है वो कौन सी लेयर से आता है? मीजोडर्मल. नाउ ब्लड जो होता है इट इज़ नॉट एसिडिक, इट इज़ स्लाइटली एल्कलाइन. इट इज़ 7.4, सो वी आर सेइंग इट स्लाइटली एल्कलाइन and opaque. Study of blood is known as hematology, right? So this, as you can see now, this is a blood vessel which is carrying blood, right? And this blood has this yellow, pale yellow color, जिसको हम बोलते हैं straw colored, right? Pale yellow color, straw colored. This straw colored is plasma. Then it has formed element, neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, platelets, macrophages, lymphocytes, red blood cells. So many kind of cells are present in your blood. So blood is a liquid connective tissue which has a matrix plasma as well as formed elements. Blood is mainly made up of 2 parts. We know that, plasma and formed elements, which are also known as corpuscles. and these can be three main types: RBCs, WBCs, प्लेटलेट्स. इनके बारे में मैं नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में कंप्लीट डिटेल में पढ़ाऊंगी, बट राइट नाउ आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू अ ब्रीफ ब्रीफ इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ दीज टर्म्स. दैट फॉर्म्ड एलिमेंट्स कितनी तरह के हैं? मेन थ्री: RBC, WBC, platelets. RBCs are known as erythrocytes, WBCs are known as leukocytes, and platelets are known as thrombocytes. WBCs are further of two types: granulocytes and agranulocytes. ग्रैन्यूल, आपने देखा है कभी कोई बहुत स्मूथ मिक्सचर हो और उसमें थोड़ा सा भी कुछ रफ मटेरियल आ जाए तो आप बोलते हो कि ये थोड़ा सा ग्रैन्यूल्स हैं इसमें. सो सेम ग्रैन्यूलोसाइट्स में साइटोप्लाज्म जो होता है वो ग्रैन्यूलर होता है, स्मूथ नहीं होता, और ए ग्रैन्युलोसाइट में साइटोप्लाज्म नॉन ग्रैन्युलर होता है. फिर से सुनिए, WBCs two types: granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes further of three types: neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils. Right? Neutrophils, eosinophil, basophil, and agranulocyte is of two types: monocytes and lymphocytes. Lymphocytes हमें पता है further of two types: B and T lymphocytes. B and T lymphocyte. This is a just brief chart to make you understand that what is the blood made up of. Now blood is of two types. Everybody of you know that what is the type of blood, right? That is oxygenated and deoxygenated. Who carries oxygenated blood? Arteries. What is the color of oxygenated blood? Bright red. Arteries carry oxygenated blood. Therefore, they also look red in color because of which pigment? That is your hemoglobin. Veins carry deoxygenated blood. Actually, this is not exact blue. This blood is purple or purple red in red, purple red. That is why it gives a blue shade kind of look. So it is purple red in color. Now we will talk about little bit in detail, because in your NCRTC they have written just one line about the each term. I will give you just little bit more idea that what is present in the plasma. First let's look at its color. As you know that it is a pale yellow. Let's go through our, yes, here can you see, this is our plasma. This is pale yellow, very viscous, right? Sticky, as you can just feel, it's a very sticky material. So it is thick, sticky. इसको हम बोलते हैं हाई विस्कोसिटी है इसमें, विस्कस फ्लूइड है, इसीलिए 90% it is having water, 1% only inorganic ions, 7 to 8% proteins, 1 to 2% food waste material, intermediate compounds like lactic acid it carries, right? It has immunoglobulin. It is very rich material. It is having cholesterol, hormones, as well as clotting factor. So you can see that plasma is such an important fluid in our body. It is having almost everything: water, inorganic ions, proteins, food waste material. It also carry immunoglobulins, antibodies, hormones, clotting factors. It is also alkaline in nature. That is pH is 7 point this here we talked about the blood only. Blood is alkaline in nature, that is pH 7.4. Yes, here I have mentioned that how in a blood how much is the plasma and how much is the formed एलिमेंट्स. प्लाज्मा होता है 55% और फॉर्म्ड एलिमेंट्स होते हैं 45%. तो अगर मैं पूछूं आपके ब्लड में मैक्सिमम अमाउंट किसका है, दैट इज़ योर प्लाज्मा, right? Plasma is 55% and blood cells, they are 45%. We are going to start with our first inorganic ions which are present in your plasma. Plasma has sodium chloride ions. Now you can see that ions. Why do you need ions? To maintain ionic balance in the blood or the plasma. So which ions are present in the plasma? That are the sodium and chloride. Other which also are important, calcium, potassium, bicarbonate ions, because you know that now the gases CO2 especially, that is transported very less through the plasma but maximum through the bicarbonate ions. And these bicarbonate ions, these are coming from your RBC. And RBC are what? RBC are your blood cells. So what are present in plasma? That is, the major is the sodium and chloride ions, and other than sodium and chlorides, calcium, potassium and bicarbonate ions. It plasma contains dissolved gases also, no doubt in that. You already now aware of that. Plasma carries urea, uric acid, ammonia, creatinine also. Now, as you can see, just look at their name, urea, यूरिक एसिड, अमोनिया, क्रेटिनिन. कुछ भी इंपॉर्टेंट है इनमें से हमारी बॉडी के लिए? नो, दीज ऑल आर द वेस्ट मटेरियल. अगर इनमें से कोई भी अपनी लिमिट से ज़्यादा एक्सीड हो जाए, देन द कंडीशन इज़ नोन एज यूरीमिया. सो प्लाज्मा क्या कैरी करता है? इट कैरीज ऑल द वेस्ट मटेरियल्स ऑल्सो. Proteins. Plasma contain many proteins. Let's classify them. They have serum albumin, it has serum globulins, it has the clotting proteins or the fibrinogen. Three main proteins: albumin, globulin and fibrinogen or the clotting protein. These are the three main plasma protein. Albumin or serum albumin भी बोलते हैं इसे. It helps in osmoregulation. What do the term osmo means? Water. It means it maintains the water balance in our body. How? It contains a protein, your plasma contains a protein, albumin. It means albumin is doing something. Albumin holds water in the blood. अगर मैं बोलूँ, suppose in your body there is a deficiency of albumin, will your blood will be able to hold water? No. And when your blood will not be able to hold water, the water will accumulate, इकट्ठा होना शुरू हो जाएगा tissues में, and this condition is called edema. दिस इज़ अ काइंड ऑफ डिजीज़, एडिमा में क्या होता है? बहुत कई बार पेन शुरू हो जाता है. दिस इज द एक्यूमुलेशन ऑफ वाटर इन द टिश्यूज़, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली हमारे ब्लड में वाटर को होल्ड कौन कर रहा है? दैट इज़ द प्रोटीन्स विच आर प्रेजेंट इन प्लाज्मा. इट इज़ कॉल्ड albumin. That is why we are saying it is helping in osmoregulation. Next protein is globulin. These are actually commonly known as immunoglobulins. These are related with our immune system. They are written as an abbreviation IG, and they are responsible for providing immunity in our body. IGs, they are known as act as the antibodies, and they are produced whenever any foreign particle मतलब जो बाहर से आया है आपकी बॉडी में, आपकी बॉडी नहीं पहचानती उसको, वो आपकी बॉडी के लिए फॉरेन है. दीज when foreign particle enters in our body, then these are produced specific antibodies against specific एंटीजन. जो भी पार्टिकल आता है उसके अगेंस्ट एंटीबॉडी प्रोड्यूस होती है, और वो बनती किससे है? कौन सी एंटीबॉडीज़ हैं? दैट आर योर सीरम ग्लोबुलिन्स. सो दीज ग्लोबुलिन्स, दे आर इन्वॉल्व इन डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म ऑफ द बॉडी. दीज ग्लोबुलिन्स, वेयर आर दे प्रेजेंट? दे आर प्रेजेंट इन द प्लाज्मा. देन क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर्स. हमारा ब्लड, हमें इंजरी हुआ, हमारे इंजरी साइड पे ब्लड रिलीज हुआ, उस ब्लड को रोकता कौन है? दैट आर द क्लोटिंग प्रोटीन्स और फाइब्रिनोजन. हम बोलते हैं ना, पूरा मैश जैसा एक स्ट्रक्चर बन जाता है जिसको हम बोलते हैं क्लॉट होना. दीज प्रोटीन्स, कौन सी प्रोटीन्स? फाइब्रिनोजन्स. कहाँ प्रेजेंट हैं? प्लाज्मा में. दे हेल्प इन ब्लड क्लोटिंग, एंड मोस्ट कॉमनली दीज आर फाइब्रिनोजन एंड prothrombin. They get activated at the time of injury, right? They get activated at time of injury. प्रोथ्रोम्बिन से थ्रोम्बिन बन जाता है एंड दे हेल्प इन द ब्लड क्लॉट. सो अगर मैं इनमें से प्लाज्मा में से क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर निकाल दूं, प्लाज्मा विदाउट क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर, तो हमारा बचेगा, इसको हम बोलते हैं सीरम. अगर प्लाज्मा में से क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर्स रिमूव कर दो आप, तो दैट इज कॉल्ड सीरम. Now there are another things which is present in plasma, that is anticoagulant. Anticoagulant जो हमारे ब्लड को कोएगुलेट होने से बचाते हैं. अगर ब्लड आपने देखा हो, अगर ब्लड आपकी बॉडी से निकालें, उसको बाहर ही छोड़ दें, वो रिएक्ट करके पूरे का पूरा क्लॉट हो जाएगा. सो एंटी कोएगुलेंट ऑलरेडी हमारी बॉडी में तो नेचुरली प्रेजेंट है, एंड दिस नेचुरल एंटी कोएगुलेंट इज कॉल्ड हैपरिन. अदरवाइज आपका ब्लड कभी भी इतना फ्रीक्वेंटली फ्लो ही ना कर पाए अगर ये एंटी कोएगुलेंट प्रेजेंट ना हो तो. इट डज नॉट अलाउ द ब्लड टू क्लॉट व्हेन इट इज सर्कुलेटिंग इन आवर body. So where this anticoagulant is present, it is present in plasma. Then there is the another function of plasma, that it helps in uniform distribution of heat. Because of this we are known as homeothermic. See, heat, हर metabolic activity में कुछ energy generate होती है, heat generate होती है, और ये जो भी energy generate होती है, it is lost in the form of heat. अगर suppose एक ही जगह पे heat, सपोज एक टिश्यू वर्क कर रहा है, बहुत एक्टिव है, उसी जगह पे हीट इकट्ठा होना शुरू हो जाए, इट विल डिस्ट्रॉय दोज सेल्स. सो प्लाज्मा क्या करता है, क्योंकि ये सर्कुलेट कर रहा है, इट हेल्प्स इन इवनली डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ हीट. सो दिस प्रोसेस हेल्प्स इन मेंटेनिंग होम्योथर्मिक कंडीशन. मतलब टेम्परेचर जो मेंटेन हो रहा है हमारी बॉडी में, दैट इज़ बिकॉज ऑफ यूनिफॉर्म डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ हीट विच इज़ डन बाय प्लाज्मा. नेक्स्ट इज द एब्जॉर्ब्ड फूड मटेरियल. क्या क्या है? ग्लूकोज है, अमाइनो एसिड्स है, फैटी एसिड्स हैं, ग्लिसरॉल है. दीज ऑल आर द फूड एब्जॉर्ब्ड वंस. नॉर्मल ग्लूकोज लेवल, अब ग्लूकोज क्या है? एनर्जी प्रोवाइड करता है, और जो नॉर्मल ग्लूकोज लेवल है हमारी बॉडी में कितना होना चाहिए? 80 to 100 mg पर 100 ml ऑफ ब्लड. ये नोट डाउन कर लो प्लीज़, दिस शुड बी नोन टू यू दैट व्हाट इज़ द नॉर्मल ग्लूकोज लेवल इन द बॉडी विद द 100 ml ऑफ ब्लड. इट इज़ 80 to 100 mg. Glucose, because glucose present in our blood, so this is known as blood sugar. This is sugar. So glucose which is present in our blood, it is known as blood sugar. If level of glucose जो डायबिटीज़ में होता है, अगर ये ब्लड ग्लूकोज लेवल हमारी बॉडी में इंक्रीज़ हो जाए, सपोज 180 mg और मोर, देन this glucose start coming out in the urine, and this condition is called diabetes mellitus or hyperglycemia. But agar there is a fall in blood glucose, this is called hypoglycemia. If there is a exceed more the amount, it is called hyper. अगर कम हो गया है, this is called hypoglycemia. और इस एब्जॉर्ब फूड को सर्कुलेट कौन कर रहा है? वेयर आर दीज एब्जॉर्ब फूड मटेरियल? अल्टीमेटली दे आर प्रेजेंट, दैट इज प्रेजेंट इन योर plasma. Plasma contains glucose, amino acid, fatty acid, glycerol. Next is the substances. Other than these, plasma also contains various hormones, vitamins, as well as enzyme. The last thing I'm going to discuss today is cholesterol. Who synthesize bile? You have must have heard about the term bile, right? Liver जो है that synthesizes cholesterol, and अब वो अपने पास तो रखेगा नहीं, इट सिक्रीट इनटू ब्लड. ब्लड में सिक्रीट करने पे अब ब्लड के पास मैक्सिमम चीज़ प्रेजेंट है, प्लाज्मा, तो वो बोलेगा प्लाज्मा तुम इसको ट्रांसपोर्ट कर दो. सो व्हाई आवर बॉडी नीड नाउ कोलेस्ट्रॉल? इट इज़ रिक्वायर्ड फॉर विटामिन डी सिंथेसिस, फॉर्मेशन ऑफ स्टेरॉयड हार्मोन्स. इट इज़ रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन सिंथेसिस ऑल्सो. इट प्रोवाइड स्ट्रेंथ to the plasma membrane, and cholesterol also required for the synthesis of bile salts which are present in the liver. So liver synthesize cholesterol, but it cannot transport it, it does not transport it, so it transported by plasma only. Normal cholesterol level in our body, it changes from 50 to 120 mg per 100 ml of blood. Here, if I ask you what is the rate of your sugar, it is 80 to 100 mg. Please be, you need to make a paper, small pasting papers, which where you can write down these values, and please paste it on your study wall or on your door, so that whenever you are coming or moving out from your room, you can look at them and you can remember them. These are important values. Normal cholesterol level varies from 50 to 120 mg per 100 ml of blood. अगर इससे ज़्यादा exceed हो जाती है, then it start affecting the blood vessels, and most likely it affect the heart. So that is why cholesterol level maintenance is very important. Although it is very good, cholesterol is important for our body. It is required for the steroid hormones as well as vitamin D synthesis, right? So you should eat good cholesterol, not the bad cholesterol. So this is all about our today's topic. We are completed with our blood and plasma, and tomorrow in the next lecture we are going to start with our formed elements. Till then, all of you, please go through this video very carefully, so that you can have idea that what we are going to discuss in the body fluids and circulation.